bigger impact on your future wealth.
I think I'm gonna invest tomorrow because I'm getting a paycheck anyway.
Financially independent while their friends are still arguing about cryptocurrency and wondering why their investment accounts never seem to grow. Consistent saving beats brilliant investing almost every single time, especially in the beginning. So there you go. 10 statistics that reveal exactly how the average person handles money. And honestly, most of these numbers should be both encouraging and terrifying at the same time. Encouraging because the bar is set pretty low, which means being average isn't that difficult. Terrifying because being average with money means you'll probably spend your entire life stressed about finances and never really get ahead. The good news is that now you know what normal looks like, and normal isn't working very well for most people. Every single one of these statistics represents an opportunity to do better than the majority of your peers.
Well, the market went up a lot. That's what I learned.
The reality is that most people are sleepwalking through their financial lives, making the same mistakes over and over again while wondering why they can't get ahead. But here's the thing that gives me
A bit, yeah,
this
too.
today represents a choice. You can choose to be part of the 22% who go underwater on carless, or you can buy used and avoid that trap entirely. You can join the 82% who leave money on
Right.
your saving account, or
Yeah, I'll say that is right.
account.
That is
earning what
good
you
enough.
deserve. The beautiful truth is that beating these averages doesn't require you to be a financial genius or inherit a trust fund. It just requires you to be slightly more with money than the typical person. Frankly, that bar is set very low. If you can avoid drowning in car payments, resist the temptation of buy now, pay later, actually invest your retirement money instead of leaving it in cash and save more than
Pretty bad. Definitely too right, and also very
Your
probably too
future
right.
self is counting on the decision you make today. The question isn't whether you can afford to start making better choices with your money. The question is whether you can afford not
Just
to. Which of these statistics shock you the most? Let me know in the comments,
Good enough.
and if this video opened your eyes to where you stand financially, hit that subscribe button because we're just getting started on this journey to financial sanity.
Who is the greatest Rocket League player of all time? It's been 10 years since the game was released, and we've seen the rise and fall of hundreds of elite players. But who in those 10 years has dominated Rocket League the most? I've identified 7 players, all who could make their claim as the greatest of all time, aka the GOAT. One by one, I'm going to make each player's case, showcasing their accomplishments, their impact, and their legacy in Rocket League. At the end, you can decide who deserves it. I'm also going to reveal my future GOAT, and I have 3 other honorable mentions as well. Now let's get to our first candidate. This is the case for K-Dot. K-Dot was an easy choice for the greatest of all time. It's not hard to make his case at all. Just look at his achievements in competitive Rocket League. RLCS Season 4 Finals, first. RLCS Season 5 Finals, first. RLCS Season 6 Finals, second. Oh wow, this is insane dominance. From RLCS Season 4 to RLCS Season X, there was not a single World Finals matchup without K-Dot in it. This guy looks nice, right? Well, he terrorized the entire scene for years. But he did not want a matchup against K-Dot, especially not at LAN, and God forbid, in the Grand Finals. He's a 3-time worldwide champion, and he laid the foundation for French dominance in the RL scene. K-Dot was a playmaker and a facilitator at the highest level. He proved that solid fundamentals and teamwork were the biggest keys to winning in the sport.
Missing so much.
For sure, since
Even that's too
he seems kind of hilarious as well. His best moment, I would say, was winning his 3rd RLCS championship in Season 7. And it's mainly because he won this championship without the next person on the list. That's right. It's time to hear the case for Turbo Bowl.
Too low.
Turbo is probably the frontrunner of the greatest Rocket League player of all time. And the reason is simple. He won the RLCS World Championship a ludicrous 4 times. His rise to GOAT status is an amazing story. In RLCS Season 3, he couldn't find teammates that he meshed with, so he decided to join Northern Gaming as a sub. When their star player Maestro couldn't go to Worlds, Turbo stepped in and lifted his team to a World Championship as a sub.
Everyone thought maybe didn't think he was gonna do well.
Rawas is probably the best 1v1 player.
One of the things you'll notice right away about Turbo is
I would say Rawas is
he's
number
on stage right now.
is number 1, not
For the first time, and he's
Rawas.
making faces to the camera. The dude does not care. Now pay attention, because this is a trait of one of the greatest to ever play the game. Complete control of his emotions.
too high.
Now, this is not to say he never got emotion. In RLCS Season 6, he lost it when Squishy Muffins and Cloud9 stopped Dignitas to win Worlds, and he was in tears after his loss in E-League to G2. It's clear he actually does care about the game. He just has a supernatural ability to keep calm in high-pressure situations. And the result is incredible. He was the first to win back-to-back World Championships, and then he was the first to win it 3 times. And then he switched regions and became the first to win it for multiple regions. Now let's switch directions a bit for the next candidate. He doesn't have as many accolades as the previous 2 candidates, but no one does, and to me, you simply cannot have a discussion on Rocket League greatness without bringing up
Too low.
Kenobi.
What are these names? I only know K-Dot. I didn't think he was that good.
This guy was the face of Rocket League at the very beginning. Kenobi was the first.
Okay, so he's definitely the worst. That's the least good
Average
accomplishment.
Rocket League players at least knew the name Kenobi. You have to understand that he was the guy back then. Like Turbo, his backstory is pretty epic. Before Rocket League, there was supersonic acrobatic rocket-powered battle guard, and it was kind of an unknown little game. But there were a few people who were obsessed with it, and Kenobi was one of those people. He played the game consistently for 7 years before finally a sequel was
Really?
released.
That's crazy.
In 2015, when Rocket League was released, Kenobi already had thousands of hours in Car Sector, and quickly became the example to other players.
I didn't think you could put the ball in the net from there.
The thing is, the
Popular Rocket League streamer.
monthly average users of Rocket League are actually pretty high,
In an
surprisingly.
interview, he once
Thought it was high, but not as high as it actually is. 50 to 100 million is way more than
That's
that.
kind of iconic.
Almost as much as
Known
Fortnite.
as the Mountain, immortalized forever with this in-game item. Before long, a competitive scene was forming, and Psyonix announced the Rocket League Championship Series, or RLCS.
Right.
Kenobi immediately dominated the league, and led his team to the first ever RLCS LAN in Los Angeles. And it was there that he claimed the first Rocket League World Championship.
What? No, it's definitely not even.
But one thing you'll notice about all the GOAT candidates is they are world champions. To me, that's a requirement to be considered the GOAT. And so, as the first world champion, an early face of the game, Kenobi's case is pretty strong. And he was by no means a one-hit wonder. Kenobi had a long career, especially in Rocket League terms. In addition to his World Championship, he also has a leadership, a regional championship, and he appeared at Worlds 6 seasons in a row. After his championship in Season 1, the next 4 World Champions would come from Europe. Back then, EU Rocket League was just better than NA. It still is, but it was back then too. So when a North American team does win the World Championship,
Good enough,
it's pretty
then.
special. With that in mind, let's go to our next candidate.
A bit low. Good enough
When you're
still.
talking about achievements,
Actually, you could make the case
overall
it's not,
greatness,
but
I don't think we can possibly have this conversation without bringing up Squishy.
close.
Squishy changed the game in so many ways. He revolutionized the use of freestyle mechanics in competitive Rocket League. He pioneered the ceiling shot, And some people are like, oh, Chaser invented the ceiling shot. Yeah, Chaser was doing ceiling shots on YouTube, but Squishy was doing ceiling shots on RLCS defenders. The first time he whipped out one of these at Worlds, it was one of the most epic moments in RLCS history. Talk about putting a game on the map. I mean, Shroud was talking about this goal.
To
Goes up to the top of the ceiling and drags. I don't know how this is possible. That was insane. I could never do that.
The next season, everyone was doing ceiling shots. It was like Squishy showed the world how viable the mechanic was. And that's not the only time he did this. In Season 6, he was the first to use the pulsar consistently. This man made K-Dot and Turbo Pulse up look silly. Those are two GOAT candidates, remember.
close.
Squishy is a world champion, and from the beginning of his career,
I would say Squishy the most.
He makes his own videos, makes some thumbnails, and he just has an insane work ethic.
Maybe that's two left. What is this
He's
music?
not only famous for pioneering the
Okay,
trick
good,
shot
that's
technique,
good.
he's also known for being a great defender.
Oh, it's still hot.
The mechanic is called the Squishy save.
Two left.
And don't forget, he also spearheaded the air dribble buff smash, which is still one of the most reliable ways to score in 1v.
Good enough.
His impact in the RL scene is impossible to express.
Right.
Squishy is a definite contender for the greatest Rocket League player of all time. Now let's go on to our next candidate. Very few players are going to be able to match our first two candidates in accolades. Likewise, very few players will be able to match this player in the clutch.
Close.
0-second drill for NRG. Guaranteed to the side wall. Where's Shucky? Where's Squishy?
I don't know, maybe
The
that's
case for Justin.
well.
Where do I start with Justin? Do I start with the shot?
I think he's definitely
Do I start with the championship?
I would say Justin
When
the
it comes to
best.
having an impactful, well-rounded career, Justin.
Actually, that one though.
If you thought
No,
Squishy
that's
had
not
good
good.
mechanics, Justin was basically the next iteration of players that pushed what Squishy was doing even further.
Now it's gonna be Justin.
When he first came into the RLCS in Season 5, replacing the legendary Jacob on NRT, Justin immediately had an impact.
NRG up to Justin. Fireburners in the midfield. It's coming back.
That season, NRG went undefeated in League Play.
I
We
wanna
got
see.
to the grand finals, where Justin hit them. Immediately had an impact.
NRG up to Justin. Fireburners in the midfield. It's coming back.
That season, NRG went undefeated in League Play. We got all the way to the grand finals.
Energy.
Justin hit the most.
Yeah, that's a different
Rocket League
Justin.
history.
That's
The impact of that goal on the Rocket League community can't really be overstated. We know of at least one example of a young kid that was there at the arena witnessing the shot that went on to be a top 20 Rocket League pro. Joya.
Don't give up. You can do whatever you put your mind to.
That's GOAT things. When you're so great, you make everyone else great just by watching you.
Pelican now.
Unlike most pros, Justin spent a majority of his career on one team, NRG. He was teammates with Garrett G for 5.5 years, which is pure insanity in an esport that shuffles its roster every season. And he's full of achievements as well. In Season 8, he scored not one, but 2 clutch goals to win the World Championship.
They're like screaming their balls out.
His and Garrett's first, and Turbo Pulse's fourth. If I took every amazing goal that Justin ever scored in RLCS and played them all back-to-back, we'd be sitting here for a while. Justin is a good choice for the greatest player of all time.
Yeah, I think so. The thing is, I don't think
More
he is.
recent additions in this
He
company.
might be actually.
Let's hear the case for Monkey Man.
Oh, but I don't know about
Moving into
Monkey.
the era of open source.
I don't really hear about him, so.
Expanded format with more teams, more players, more events, and more competition. Since then, there have been 3 RLCS World Championships and 3 Grand Finals. Monkey Man is the only person that has played in all 3. He is a 2-time world champion, and both of those championships were with completely different teams. He has absolutely dominated this era of Pro Rocket League, winning event after event after event.
Maybe actually.
But his Rocket League journey hasn't always been easy. Monkey Moon has experienced many highs and lows in the last 4 years, which actually makes his accomplishments even more impressive. For example, look at the year he won his first world championship. His team, BDS, started the season on top, winning the first in-person international major ever.
BDS.
But in the next major,
It's so dumb.
flat, finishing 7th to 8th. And then in the last
Why are
major
they calling
season,
themselves
Worlds, the team hit rock bottom. They finished the London Spring Split Major dead last. At this point, everyone was calling him washed and completely counted them out of the conversation for the World Championship title. I mean, this team had
Not much
2 months to figure everything out before the biggest tournament in RLCS history so far.
Yeah,
So to turn around and shock the world by winning that championship after his last season, and take home the defensive MVP of the tournament as well, I would say that's GOAT behavior. Winning another championship in 2024 sealed the deal. All
close.
that is why he's already a candidate for the GOAT. Because unlike everyone else mentioned so far in this video, he can still win more championships. Just wait until you find out who his new teammate is.
Close enough.
Our last candidate will probably be the most controversial. But just remember, I also have the honorable mentions coming. Let's hear the way too early, probably premature case for Zen. And I realize how audacious it is to say an 18-year-old is already a candidate for the greatest of all time. But this is Zen. Just look at his rookie season. The Rocket League community has never seen anything like it. And I'm not exaggerating. Rocket League is a team game, so being the GOAT isn't just about tournament results, it's also about impact on the
Oh,
team.
then I think. The Zen is the answer for best stroke.
Marquee player! Let's be a marquee play! One of the best goals I've ever seen! He became eligible to play during the last leg of the 2022-2023 season, the spring split. A split consisting of...
The thing is, being 18 doesn't improve
Zen was
the
the first person in RLCS history to lead his
That's
team to
good.
victory in all 3 events. And then they went on to win the major. And then they went on to win Worlds. That is insane. But you don't even have to look at the accomplishments to see that he is a GOAT candidate. You can just look at the way he plays to see that he's just different. I mean, look at these highlights, man. What is this?
I think he's giving so much credit to him, more than everyone else. But yeah, I believe
It
he's
became more and
the
more rare to have a
So
single
strong.
player that was so
greatest of all time. Usually is actually pretty recent, because Rocket League keeps getting better.
Tries to get the flip Radosh, just fights it out, plays it for the
Fights, yeah.
Zen is now teamed up with Monkey Man, and there's no telling how many championships they can win together if they end up having a long career at the top. But that isn't a guarantee. After all, there are some threats. Let's talk about a player that isn't a GOAT candidate right now,
but probably will
will
be.
be. Tira has already proven himself as an impactful superstar.
and a
And
winner.
winner.
I don't know.
Not one,
Not
two,
but
but
3
3 RLCS major championships. And all he really needs to secure his candidacy as a GOAT is a world championship. He could do it in 2025, or he could get knocked down by another candidate. Time will tell. There's also 3 others that absolutely cannot get left out of the GOAT conversation. Even though I would say in the context of modern Rocket League, they no longer have a strong case for the GOAT, which will always happen as the
The
season
fear
goes.
is like the
First is
weirdest
Tucker
one.
97. He's a world champion, and he's the inventor of a mechanic that's still used by pros and high-level players to this day. He's also an early pioneer of something that even Gold use today, the air roll. or the Cuxer Twist, as it was called. Cuxer will always be a legend in Rocket League. Second, we have Fairy Peak. Fairy Peak was an OG pro, an early teammate of Kato. They were the team that got second place to Turbo's first championship in Season 3. Fairy Peak was an unbelievable 1v1 player, and was the best in the world for a long time. He won a world championship in Season 7 with Kato, and is often considered one of the best.
Guys.
And finally, we have someone that was already mentioned in this video, Garrett G. If I had made this video before August of 2023, Garrett G would be a GOAT candidate, and really, he might still be right now. The amount of time Garrett was a top player in the world is truly unbelievable.
A bit
He's the only player to make it to each RLCS LAN from Season 1 in 2016 up to the Spring Major in 2022. He also has scored some really insane and really memorable goals. So with the World Championship in Season 8, you could basically say that he could go here. I mean, he's up there. Screw it. There's 8 candidates. Put Garrett G in there. The truth is, there are so many great players that deserve recognition. But if you're seriously debating who the greatest of all time is, there can only be so many names. So of these candidates, who do you think is the greatest Rocket League player of all time? I've presented their cases. Now it's time for you to decide. Once again, I'm Sunless Khan. Thanks for watching.
There's actually a lot of female professors. I was actually kind of shocked about that. I thought like there will actually be more male than female. Maybe that's still true, I just highly doubt it. Because like 3/4 of my teachers were women. Or like 2/5. Well, that's not that much actually. When I count that teacher, yeah. I'll say like 2/8, 2/9 probably actually. Because that guy was half a teacher basically, it was only half a senior. Nice. Too high. Down there's a lot more time.
Hey, it's me, your very dry skin. CeraVe Intensive Moisturizing Lotion with Hydro.
Okay. We need one more. Wait, okay. Sure. And then we just need the must keep. Yeah, I can do it last. It doesn't matter the order, especially because it's not that important. It's not that like of a banger. It's still good, but it's not that much.
I'm talking about Sweet Giant Sprints. If you want to Sweet Giant Sprints, it's just like you get the first couple of travel.com. And let's take a look at this clip from.
He said that's super fast. That's too low.
Is planning to be president of possible loot strikes in Iran. NBC reports that the official authority is expanding production of the ballistic missile program. A White House spokesperson tells NBC in response, the International Atomic Energy Agency and Iranian government corroborated the United States government's assessment that Operation Midnight Hammer totally obliterated Iran's nuclear capabilities. As President Trump said, if Iran pursued a nuclear weapon, that site would be attacked and would be wiped out before they even got close. President Trump and Netanyahu expected to meet later this month in Florida. Charlie,
so here's the thing, I have a lot of sources, a lot of intel sources
that I speak to regularly about this stuff before I make videos on them.
When my team approached me to potentially make a video
Maybe it's
today, I was already getting some briefings from people.
That is something I may want to look at.
Maybe that's good enough. That's well. I'm getting pretty C tier shots. Like terrible, like D or E tier.
It's been a few days.
Like they might not even be qualified. That's what I'm.
So this is one of Israel's more popular Instagram shit news posting. It's called Push.io. And they do a lot of mongering, but they're called, they titled Iran נערכת למתקפה על ישראל, ארצות הברית, האיראנים חופרים בו עמוק. Translated, Iran is preparing for an attack on Israel, and the United States and the Iranians are digging a deep hole. Now clearly we're not talking about the Iranian people, not the Persian people, we're talking about the IRGC, the Ayatollahs, the mullahs, the Khomeinis, the fuckheads who keep destroying their country over and over again, who are literally running out of water.
Yeah, the thing is, I love looking at things that are worse than Israel. The majority of countries are in more corruption than Israel. The thing is, US is probably the least corrupt. One of the least corrupt countries. I think there's a lot of left-wing countries, they say, oh, it's very good. But I think they're actually more corrupt than the US, like France. Or UK as well. It's very corrupt. Think, you know, technically, no, yeah, no. The UK is more corrupt than Israel. It's close, but because this guy's trying to stop democracy in Israel, so it seems like that would be high. Except, like, you're literally killing your civilians, so it might be even more of a dictatorship. Or, like, allowing every Muslim to just go into your country with no, with like no, without anything, they can just go to UK. That's a terrible thing for your country.
All of Europe is well, they are even dumber than sometimes think they are.
This is absolutely true, and the Europeans have proven themselves again to be not just ignorant but very dumb.
Yes, it's nice, thank you. I was just talking about
Do
it.
not stop with destroying Israel. It's why they call America the big cancer, Israel the small cancer.
Close
They
enough.
see all of Western society, all of Western society, bar none, as evil, as backwards, as something to be destroyed, and that needs to end. Especially in apocalyptic times with a religious world. We are looking at an entity that will never stop until we destroy it. We have to destroy it. In the upcoming meeting, President Netanyahu will stop
William.
the threat to Iran. Australia, Israeli different people who fought there, spearheads on that levy, was critically injured fighting for his life. So, if you want those updates, Sega is a great place to get
Too low. It went even lower, so I think too low.
very contentious and potential near future here, coming into the Christmas season. We have no idea what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. People are a bit on edge.
Close
We're
enough.
all stronger and open.
Not that close though, I should have did better.
Since the last
Wait, what?
is that
Oh, yeah, that's what I
this time, this second time, or this now will be fourth
Which
time
time
maybe,
will will be stronger than anything we witnessed, and I do believe that.
I do believe that. First
First
two
two
were
were terrifying, third I wasn't here for it, but
was very deadly and very dangerous. And the fourth will be nothing less than that, in my opinion.
Army chief think that a potential move in Iran war
Says
is ideas to strike whatever required.
Idea of chief staff. So to set the staff,
Lieutenant General Eyad Zamir warned Sunday that the military will stretch to defend whatever required on near and distant fronts, like apparently thinking that Israel may get an attack. At the center of the longest and most
Oh my gosh, he's a terrorist. It's weird how people say Israel is a terrorist. No, it's pretty dumb. In Iceland, it's even worse, and like Ireland, I think. I don't know exactly, but they were saying this even before October. Yeah, I know.
Hangover ceremony for the head of the
Hangover?
The news comments came a day after Emmons reported that private jets and now plans for a new potential attack on Iran
to the U.S. President Donald Trump during the upcoming visit to Washington. I wonder if the posturing of all this is to dissuade Iran from doing it, but they know that the Islamic regime of Iran will not stop. I don't really know what the point of publicizing everything is. It's odd to me sometimes that we publicize everything, like everything is publicized. But I want to end this video with a video that went viral in response to the Bondi attack, but from an Iranian Christian, from a Persian Christian, who knows firsthand what we're fighting against. And I know I have a large Christian audience, so I think it's mean a lot to you guys during Christmas season. Please listen to this.
That's what I thought.
And heed his warning.
Persian Christians, ex-Muslim, born and raised in Iran. You have to meet a perfect solution. If the Western countries and all the liberals will open up their fucking eyes, what happened to Australia and have the 8-year-olds that's been happening for the past few decades, and y'all just want to ignore it and be like, it's not about Islam, it is about Islam. It's written in scripture, in the Quran. Look at this. It's not me saying this, it's written. This is evidence. So, if you want to argue, you have to be built on. You have to be equipped with the right knowledge. Okay? So studies. Let me tell you, Islam is the country that was born in Iran. Iran was destroyed by Muslims, by Shias, right?
Maybe that's good.
Every single country in Iran is not religious. Look at it. Afghanistan, because of it. Syria,
Maybe that's good. No, probably. I'll allow it.
Oman. How many more countries? Isn't it really obvious that yes, Islam is not able to progress? Islam is not able to create a well-maintained society. And don't tell me, by the way, you know UAE is liberal. You know UAE is a rap. So don't use it as an example. When Muslims took over, when Muhammad took over, Islam started going to them to a city.
They're still not like democracy, even though they're very good area.
All those wives and who raped 6-year-old girl in Aisha and who killed all those people just because they were going to expand. Obviously, this is going to happen right now. That is following us to different countries and kill innocent people because
That's good
they
enough.
think this is jihad. Not all Muslims are bad. I want to argue that 80% of Muslims are victims of a long-term, systematic Islamic invasion in the country. Syria was a Christian nation. Lebanon was a Christian nation. Egypt was a Christian nation. Persia was a Zoroastrian. They're all Muslims right now. Everybody knows about this.
Yep.
Did you know that Coptic Christians mark their kids with a little cross after the Muslim people took over, after the Islam took over? Because if you kill Coptics, Coptics don't want your kids to forget that they're born Christian. The same thing over here. You don't fucking open your eyes. It's written in the Quran. I'm not making it. I have great Muslim friends. They don't know what it is. They drink it, they smoke stuff like that. So you're not a Muslim. Just accept it. Just leave it behind. But the solution to all close down all Islamic centers everywhere, especially United States. Because they don't want to hate. So how can you have a center in the country dedicated, close them down, kick out all the folks in Ayatollah, and all the different people, and if you want to go to Turkey, you have to write down that Ahmadiyya Islam behind, legally done. Persian Christians, ex-Muslim.
Look, I don't agree with his entirety, and I know a lot of people shit for this. I don't agree with everything he said there. But here's the thing. You have to listen to him. You have to listen to him. He is not an extremist. He is not a bigot. He is a person whose family and him have suffered and have
Shit, that's
been
too high.
for all the Tim Pool's of the world, the Nick Fuentes, the Dave Smiths, for all these righteous lords who don't want to fight Israel's war, who don't want to get involved for Israel. Well, let me tell you something, Bucko. You're involved in this war, whether you like it or not, motherfucker. Wake up. Wake up. When they're done with Israel, they're coming for you next. Be
Yeah, I know that.
lying to you and to your mother.
And I don't care. I can be on the front lines. It's actually not even that dangerous.
They don't care that you're atheist.
They're coming for you next, but they'll even come for you.
They don't
I don't know. In Europe, they're already succeeding. In Israel, they're not really.
They're coming. You either fight them or you die. That's it.
Weirdly, like, more people died in Israel. And, like, way more people die in Israel
They're coming for you.
than here, but I think the Islamification is actually more successful in Europe and those areas.
who
Weird.
knows? There's been talk of this since the war ended with Iran way back when, in July. But we don't know. We don't know where this is going to go. We have no idea. I'll see you guys next one. 11. Goodbye, class.
Good enough.
No time for holiday season. Right, June? I mean, guys, just love the hot cocoa, the sleigh bells.
Too high. Weirdly, that's so annoying.
Flying around the world.
I could have actually stopped it because that was close.
We're remotely moderate about the Jews or Israel. Oh, what? You didn't get your 7,000? I'm sorry, little Timmy. I mean, that changes today. Just head over to travelflat.com and claim your 7,000 with a Max Pass. Oh, yeah, baby. What a better way to let everyone know the holiday
Maybe that's close.
the government then by getting us a bathing shirt.
Too high.
Israel paid me $7,000. Rub it in the face while we're out of the cold, but it's warm, it's $7,000.
Okay. Well, bye guys. I have 2 more minutes of practice. Maybe it's not gonna be as effective. I hope it is though. Oh damn, it's still an hour's worth of content. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna skip to that actually. Guys, I'm gonna go to DoorDash. Bye guys.